Hi guys, Mons here. On today's episode of Ball in Mons, we're going to be going through Game Week 4 review from the weekend. I watched three games this weekend. I watched three full games this weekend. There was West Ham Spurs, Burnley and Liverpool, and also Man City and Manchester United. So the Man City and Man United games. I'm just going to go through a quick review here because I already went through the details in my other video. Poor game from Man United. Two very very poor teams. In my opinion, Amorim must go. I went through it already in my other video, so I'm not going to go too much into it. Um, Manager's brain dead because he honestly doesn't want to change the system. The players can't play the system. He's brought some of his players that still can't play the system. There's no more excuses for him. There's nowhere to run and hide. He has to go, in my opinion. That was a very, very disappointing result. 3-0, where Man City were very poor as well. So, in my opinion, Amorim has to go. What about Haaland? Haaland was fantastic on the day. That was probably the best all around game I've seen Haaland play in a very ever. In my opinion, I haven't seen him play that good of an all around game. It was involving everything: defending, attacking, building up play, dominating. He was like a leader out there, in my opinion. So I was happy for Haaland. Obviously disappointed for Man United, but like I said, going into this game, I felt Man United were going to lose. However, when I saw the starting 11, I was very hopeful because we have good players. Don't get it twisted. Those players are good. The manager is just shit. If the manager wasn't so shit, this team would be doing much better. If the manager wasn't so stubborn, this Man United team would be much higher up in the table and doing much better. Pep, in my opinion, is going to have his work out this season. Either that or he's going to have to coach his ass off this season with that team because that team doesn't look great individually, but collectively, Pep could make them much better. Like the spine of that team is probably Donnarumma, um, either John Stones or the Portuguese center Ruben Diaz, and you also have Rodri, and then you have Haaland as well. So that's a good spine. They might not be very good at the Premier League, but I believe they're probably one of the favourites to win the Champions League with that type of spine. And if those three or four players stay injury free, I can see them challenging for the league and also challenge for the Champions League, in my opinion. So that's just a quick review of the game. Very disappointing game, but Haaland took his goal well. I feel Man United just need to start there. I want to see what the new keeper looks like because the Turkish keeper we have, he doesn't. He's not a Turkish delight whatsoever. He's a Turkish disappointment. That Turkish keeper that we have. So that's just pretty much my opinion on that game. I went right through it on my first video this week. In terms of what I feel about Amorim and what I feel about the Man United team. So the next game I watched was second game this I'm going to go through that I watched is the Burnley and Liverpool game. This Premier League game week was very, very poor in my opinion. The Burnley and Liverpool game, it was basically attack versus defence, which was very much expected. Turf Moor is not as intimidating as it used to be under Sean Dyche. This Burnley team, to be fair to them, they put up a good fight against Liverpool. Liverpool were very poor, in my opinion. Burnley were hanging on for dear life, but Liverpool had no cutting edge in this game. Mo Salah again, scamming a goal or an assist after having an absolute shocker. No surprise there. That's Mo Salah's MO. But I'm surprised now Mo Salah hasn't started the season well because normally Mo Salah starts the season well, then it fades off after January, February time. Maybe he's doing it in reverse this year. And this Liverpool team, I've played 4 games and won 4 games. And I can tell you, in all 4 of them, they haven't been great. They haven't been spectacular in any of the games so far. However, they got 4 wins. They're top of the league. And it is what it is. It reminds me a lot of the old Man United teams under Fergie, where up until Christmas, they won't be playing great, but they still have to dig out results, last minute winners. And Liverpool have done that a few times already this year. So I believe that's champion quality as well, to be able to dig out winners when you aren't playing well. And I would imagine come Christmas time, January time, Salah probably pick up, Liverpool probably pick up as well. So Burnley very unlucky. 2 weeks ago they lost to Man United with a last minute penalty. This week they lost Liverpool in the last minute penalty. I believe Burnley just needs to be a little bit more disciplined in their approach when they're playing top teams. They're very good yesterday. They're very disciplined yesterday, but giving away a last minute penalty in 2 games has been absolutely terrible. 2 weeks ago against Man United, the player who fouled Jaden Anthony could have avoided that. And this week, my guy Hannibal could have honestly. It's just so. I would imagine in Burnley dressing room they're deflated. It's so frustrating after putting up a big fight like that against one of the best teams in the world. You lose to a last minute penalty. So commiseration to Burnley, but obviously Liverpool very happy to win another last minute winner. Honestly, Liverpool, you can't keep getting away with this. You'll get found out someday, in my opinion. Last game I watched fully was West Ham versus Spurs. I felt good going into this game for West Ham. My prediction was West Ham to beat Spurs, but after them getting a victory, I felt like they were going to kickstart the season. The manager also changed information to four in the background and three at the back. A manager that isn't stubborn. Amorim can pick up a 10 or 2 from that. Like I said, I fancy West Ham when they start. Start of the game, Somerville made a big difference at the start of the game for West Ham. Somerville he was electrifying. Very, very good player. He's very good on the ball. He's very sharp. I like the way Somerville plays. He made a big difference for West Ham at the start. Diouf as well. The player I've been impressed with the most at West Ham this season so far. Only after 4 games, has been Diouf, the new wing back they got, the new left-footed wing back, left-footed midfielder they got. He's very, very good in my opinion. However, West Ham started really well. Spurs weathered the storm. And after maybe 20-25 minutes, Spurs started getting on top, started knocking the ball around. Very compact, very disciplined. And then the second half, poor marking back posts and left Sarr back post free. Very, very poor marking in my opinion from West Ham. That's been there. I remember against Chelsea, they conceded 2 set pieces, I think, against Chelsea. I'm not 100% sure. But their marking has been very, very poor from set pieces this season. Sarr had a free header, and literally a couple of minutes later, Soucek got sent off for a stupid tackle. I've never seen a team in my life self-destruct as much as West Ham has this season. Most of the goals are conceded either from their mistake or they literally self-destruct themselves to another level, in my opinion. Honestly, Spurs are very good. They did what they had to do. They kept controlling the ball. They kept possession of the ball. They did what they had to do. You can't fault Spurs. You can only beat what's in front of you. And Spurs did that very well. I think that's 3 win from 4. So they can't really. It's very, very. I don't think the loss so far this season is Bournemouth. And Bournemouth are a very, very good team. Coached by a very, very good manager. That's pretty much it. They killed the game off. 2-0, 3-0, 3-0 with the final score. Spurs did what they had to do. They know they had to win that game. And they did it. They did it. So very impressive Spurs. Thomas Frank again, very impressed with his going away. So West Ham are winning. That's all you can ask for. You can only beat what's in front of you, and West Ham and Spurs did that. In my opinion, I saw also that Gyökeres. He scored. I'm just going to go through a couple of the other games. So Gyökeres scored. I believe Gyökeres is a flat track bully. He's going to be a flat track bully in this league. Any lower teams, any smaller teams that play against Arsenal, Gyökeres is going to punish you, in my opinion. That's just his style of play. I can't see him scoring many big goals in big games against big teams, but against smaller teams, I can see Gyökeres absolutely bullying that team. And he's going to be a flat track bully. And also, I picked against Brentford versus Chelsea. But I'm very, very happy for Keith Andrews and Brentford that they got a result against Chelsea. Very, very happy. You know what? They actually played pretty well against Chelsea because Chelsea are a very good team. But I felt when I saw the starting 11 from both teams, I felt Brentford probably felt disrespected by Chelsea, and Chelsea definitely disrespected Brentford with the lineup they played, in my opinion. But good to see Cole Palmer back out there, look sharp. I think that was his first open play goal in months. I think since start of last season, maybe middle of last season. So that was good to see. Bournemouth again winning. Iraola, the manager, has done a fantastic job. Lost 2 or 3 centre half. Lost one in winger Otara right before the season started. They barely even replaced him. I thought they were going to struggle this year. So far, so good. He's been fantastic. So shout out to the Bournemouth manager. And I believe I would love to see Man United go to Bournemouth and get that manager from them, in my opinion. He will be very, very good. He plays a very good system that will suit Man United. Possession, attacking. Unlike our idiotic manager, who honestly can't put a game plan together for a full 90 minutes against any manager in the league. That's pretty much it for the review. Thanks very much. If you made it to the end of my video, I really appreciate your support. Make sure to click on the subscribe button. Thank you very much.